North American CS has kind of been the runt of the litter when it comes to Tier 1 Counter-Strike. You have teams like FaZe Clan, Na'Vi, and then you have teams like Complexity. But a very young roster almost seemed to appear out of thin air. A team I had never heard of before, and that was the Mongols. There were only around 15 Mongols fans in the crowd of hundreds of North Americans. Not only was this heartbreaking being a part of the North American crowd, it was the largest upset, and I mean everyone expected Complexity to win this game. Both the fans and casters projected Complexity to completely sweep here on Overpass, but unfortunately for Complexity, that did not happen. So without a further ado, let's begin the journey of how the worst upset in North American history happened at DreamHack Atlanta 2023. After a heartbreaking loss to the Mongols, Complexity comes out swinging to defend their map pick on Overpass. Round 1 starts off with Complexity going to B site, sending 3 players to contact water. Halzerk finds a second frag, and Grim gets taken out by Senzu, the star player from Game 1 on Inferno. Here, we see Senzu running back up towards A site as he reads that Complexity is not going to take this fight on B. Senzu is able to get 1 kill, but then has to back up towards A site after seeing 2 players. Gets flashed and gets taken down.
Finally they deal with him. And now
Halzerk and JT are left in a very favorable 1v2. Little did Complexity know that this would be the turning point for the entire game.
Those footsteps. Zeno walking into a sandwich, and JT's looking towards Divider. Now all the info is known. JT engaging him. Where's that bomb planted for? Oh, he's gonna straight up hold it. They're never gonna see this coming. They're never gonna see this coming. No. No.
Menzu makes a huge play to win against the North American team, putting the Mongols up 1-0. Flash forward, round 6 starts with Complexity being up 4-1. The Mongols are on a save with the powerhouse team running full kits.
Horrible start for Mongols. Zeno, the main players we can see will be Senzu and Blitz with their Desert Eagles.
Elige peeks out long late into the 6th round to find 2 players who skewer him down long.
Both of them on long, but the second player.
Elige makes the call and Complexity starts to execute on B.
Tree would be able to swing on the right side and have a clear angle. That has actually made Complexity decide they want to hit this B site, but Mongols might actually be ahead of them here. Rotate's coming in with all the pistols.
Zeno being the bait now. Techno trying to find ahead. Senzu delivering the pistol.
Senzu gets 2 massive opening picks, putting Complexity now down to a 2v3.
Techno is 28 seconds on the clock, and he could be a really bad surprise for Complexity. Grim and Halzerk remain. Blitz showing presence as Techno still stands, but he won't be.
Blitz finds 1 and eventually takes down the last player to make it a 2v4 in Complexity's favor. The Mongols are still down by 2, and Complexity has a really good start here with 3 AKs, 1 Galil, and an AWP versus essentially the same thing on the CT side. It's a very great round for a good fight, and let's see how it turns out.
He's yet to get a kill here on this map. That CT AWP can normally be so strong on Overpass, so now he's got that in his hands. Definitely want to see him delivering some impact. Some damage there on the spam. Always got to be careful.
That round removes so much edge for Complexity as well. That full buy, all those AKs suddenly disappearing.
Oh, Elige is in a great position.
Round 7 opens with Elige finding the A site player and calling for an execute onto A site.
They don't know how many players are behind Elige either, depending on what 910 saw in the def cam, so that'll pull rotation away from that B-bomb fight. There isn't much presence there.
The Mongols get demolished and back off for an attempt to save.
Very horrible position to be in. Time to run then. They need to...
During this 3v5 round, the Mongols find 2 kills, one of which is JT, the main A player. Techno makes a leap of faith and turns back towards the bomb site. With a kit and smoke in hand, Techno runs to the bomb site and starts to ninja.
Oh boy! Oh no, not again! No one's got an angle! Complexity are having an absolute nightmare in this series.
And just like that, Complexity are now 3-4, with Mongols just one away from tying it up. Round 10. Mongols are down 3-6 with Complexity up on a full buy, forcing the Mongols to be on a save. Now, Complexity have every opportunity to win this round. How could they possibly mess it up?
Oh boy. Well, he's made up for it. The Orb could be in an uncomfortable position there. Right, Nighthead's still here. That's the bomb!
Oh dear, he's picked up an orb. Nighthead's got an orb. Nighthead's got an orb. Floppy Elise. Oh, I didn't even know what to say. Elise is in a 1 versus 4 versus the team who are on eco, and they've got one
Holy fuck! Complexity loses another round. At this point in the game, I look over at the people in the North American crowd, and we are absolutely crushed. There's not a single person cheering. I was sitting behind Elysia's girlfriend, and I have never seen someone so supportive in my life, but also so heartbroken. God, the North American crowd went quiet. And I thought that was it. I thought that was the worst round. Complexity was going to win it. It was going to go to map 3, and that's all she wrote. But boy, was I fucking wrong. After a catastrophic failure from Complexity, the Mongols are now just 2 rounds away from tying up the game. Round 11. Complexity call for a rush to B site.
quick jiggle. Honestly, it's almost... I struggle to remember what that 4th round is, but 3 of these rounds have been anomalies that Complexity have lost. They've lost anomalous rounds. And they just keep losing them.
Doesn't know. They don't know. They go through the smoke, but still, Techno finds more.
It just doesn't matter, Hawker. They win anyway.
Heartbroken, the Opper, Halzer, is forced to save, and the Mongols close the gap by 1 more round.
Molly out. One man's not ready for the push. And yet Techno turns it round. The Molly gets down just...
I want to see Elige on Ancient. That's what
Round 12. Complexity slows down their play drastically, trying to change the tempo after such a failed rush. The Mongols call for a hard rotate over A site, leaving just 1 player B with an op.
to have a strong second half, but then so have Mongols.
Wow, Blitz still in connector. He's going to get flashed in and find 1. And the rest of the Mongols have rotated so many players to A. It is absurd. 910's Orb is basically solo B right now. And yet the Mongols look like they've made a fantastic read here.
Yeah, he's looking straight through Monster towards the stairs, it looks like. That is a hard...
Sinzu finds 2 and gets taken down alongside of his teammate, Blitz. Complexity are now in a 2v3 situation.
JT and Halzerk remain, but 910's moving towards that connector position. The door of opportunity is open. Look how they're covering each other. The 2-man setup for Mongols will be hard to break. A great time to do it as well. Time in every sense of the word, because we're heading towards that 10-second mark. As it will be free for Techno to...
With a textbook hold, JT and Halzerk are traded out and the game is all tied up. Let's go, baby. Complexity on CT side. There's no way we could lose this 6-6. Complexity's got it in the bag, right?
Strong for them. MC no charting is a sure B immediately.
First round of the half. Complexity gets ripped apart by the Mongols' crossfire.
The water is cold for Complexity. Shivering already as this is just getting really rough for them.
Mzino finds his 4th frag, putting the Mongols now in the lead. This next round is complete and utter domination from the Mongols side. It's a quick cleanup with a 5 save. Techno does get taken down, but past that, the Complexity squad only gets 1 more, and that is it for round 14.
Complexity as well. He should get into connector early. Very pivotal position. There's JT catching 1 man in the back, but well traded. And look at that clear from 910. So prepared.
The corner might not find the angle to see this T. Oh, yes, he will. That's an important frag. He can flank now, but they don't know where the remainder of the squad are. Do they realize that's Falurka? Room with the off angle. Who goes first? Does Floppy play off of that, swinging towards Monster now? There's the bomb carrier. He's lost his angle though, thanks to that molly. It's a very nervous game now. Just as he looks to his left, taken down from the right. Down.
Grim finds a much needed multi-kill. He has this amazing hold on B site and fight with complexity to close the gap by 1 round.
Trying to bait that trade fragger, but Grim will...
The Mongols choose to force buy on round 16. The call is deployed towards B site, which holds 3 North American players, Grim, Floppy, and JT. The Mongols rip onto site, and the remaining 2 players call to save.
Oh, that is such good timing for Mongols, and the dream is collapsing for complexity. A complete wipeout on the B-bomb side.
At this point, the tide has turned on complexity, and now the Mongols are up by 1 round. After some unfortunate trades, the Mongols are able to rip into A site, leaving JT in a pistol 1v2.
It's going to be the rifle loss though. JT on the site with a USP. Creeping. He could get caught off guard. Floppy's found a Mac 10. He could be the sacrificial lamb. Will Senzu look for that second player. Horzak's on the flank there. They've got good angles for a bomb plant. If he could get close enough in time. That bomb is getting planted now as Senzu looks on the outside, but Horzak's moving through the inside. Blitz holding the angles, and as an instant trade, leaving JT almost empty-handed. He's made the step. That's 1 step too many now. They're going to be so ready for him. Just a USP. This is just killing time as well.
Mongols have now won 2 in a row, putting them up 10-7. The Mongols are just 2 rounds away from securing match point against complexity. Senzu pops off, just like he did on Inferno, securing 18 kills this game. I do think that these last few rounds speak for themselves, and I do not want to edit them too heavily, so please enjoy the last few rounds of Mongols Complexity Map 2 on Inferno. Map control is taken by the Mongols in round 18.
And this gun round is close to a must-win for complexity. Pressure is on. Taking some map control early. Elige falls back from connector.
That's a lot of damage. Barefooted in the barbecue. Hot coals for Elige. It's a good way to force complexity away. You can see that short B is a focus.
Elige is flashed, and with 3 players B, Horzak now defends A site alone.
And unable to respond time and again. Floppy barely standing on that B bomb site, but in an important duel 1. And these flashes, just the utility's been so strong, and it's left complexity helpless. Horzak in an important spot. The remainder of Mongols now pushing on this A bomb site, winning the duels though, but Senzu's taken heavy damage. They know Horzak's on long, but the duel will be won by Blitz. One at the back, one at the front.
Keep this in mind, that the Mongols fans are about 15 to 20 people in the crowd, of hundreds of North American players. In this silent crowd, the fans roared in excitement. Just listen to how much this win means for them.
No kit on him right now. Doesn't think it's winnable. Horzak's play looked good. He had to go over to A long, but he was left alone on A. So even though he was in a position that made the bomb plant uncomfortable...
The Mongols are 1 point away from securing match point. After the complete domination of complexity, now complexity has to play this as safe as possible to not lose this match.
In the second half of all the rounds they lost in the first.
JT first contact, tries to run distraction. That works to set up Grim. They're not watching long here. Grim with another kill. Can they get anything more out of this? He's got the only rifle. JT falls. The trades aren't bad early, but he's still got Horzak on just a USP.
Mongols, do they go for the weapon disposal? This is going to waste time for them. Allow the CTs to reset, allow Grim to appear elsewhere. Floppy could be dangerous with that 5-7 as well. It's a long process in scenarios like this, and Mongols understand the urgency. 9-10 taking a few faster steps. It's Grim. It's just about spotted Senzu, cutting the numbers now. This would be such a big round win for complexity. Keeping Mongols off of match point if they can. Oh, I didn't see Grim. He could be anywhere now. This is so awkward for Mongols. 28 seconds. Look at their money as well. This is suddenly becoming a dicey situation and exactly what Complexity need. It's a good angle for Grim. He'll see anybody head towards the truck. He can cut the site in half. They'll have info for the retake if they don't cross over, but 910's looking for it.
Unfortunately for Grim, after a beautiful 3 multi-kill round, Complexity are forced to save, bringing this game to match point.
Versus Complexity on Complexity's pick of Overpass. Complexity need a boost. They have been lacking in this series. Oh boy, they're just too fast. They've got too much control, Mongols. They're too focused, too sharp. 4 on 5 immediately. Complexity just haven't had the grip in this series.
Floppy gets one back. I thought that boost was about to net success. But the Mongols can't find the kill from it, and so the numbers are even.
Complexity have been flying like a punctured balloon in this series. Maybe they can patch things up. Grim with 2, that's huge from him.
Grim was not content with this game. With the last bit of hope, Grim grips onto it and is able to make this amazing play in round 20.
Just yet 3 on 1 now. He tries to play with his team.
Elige finds the last kill and brings a sparkle of hope to the home crowd. 12-8.
Complexity in this game.
Grim gracing Complexity.
Round 21 comes to a start. Keep in mind that Complexity have not lost but once on Overpass in the multiple games they have played. To put this into a larger perspective, they have beaten FaZe Clan on this map. They have to have faith that they can pull this back.
They have no idea. He pops out for 2. Massive moment from him. And now Hallzerk arrives to the party.
Not too late for Complexity. Hallzerk staying alive now as they look for Grim running lower.
Grim fails to get the last kill on site, and the Mongols have 2 huge picks that leaves A site completely open. 2v2 bomb down.
Floppy coming through from the back. JT creeping, making his way towards bank quietly. How do they figure out where these T's are? AKs versus M4s. Floppy's shadow has been spotted, and that leaves everything down to JT now. 1 versus 2. He has a kit, but what chance does he have? He's got to find a 1v1, and he's not going to win it. Blitz will finish off the job.
And Complexity fails to secure the round, sending Mongols into the semifinals. The North American crowd is left crushed as Complexity pulls the largest upset in North American CS2 history. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Peace.